All right, well, I'm definitely proud of this. I think it's been 6 or 8 days I've worked on this trailer. It's 3 or 4 weeks. Can only work on it on the weekends because of my HOA. We know what I feel about that. So let's just do a quick tour. It's not ready to tow a race car yet, but you can load it up with furniture. Hopefully next weekend I'll have it race ready. All right, here we go. So if y'all remember, this trailer was totally inundated with water damage. All of the wood molded. It's awful. You could barely breathe in here. It stunk so bad. First job was to seal the roof from the outside. I used Eternabond tape. Worked really awesome. Then I had to come in here and pull out all the wood and got all the pieces of wood out. It's going to be 2 trips to the dump with that wood. But here's all the new floor. Those 2 pieces, they're not secured yet. I just laid them down so I don't fall through the trailer, and also to transport the trailer. Big Mike Beachley came today, and in about 30 minutes he was able to help me hang the plywood. Hanging plywood by yourself is not fun at all. It probably would have taken me 3 hours. BJ Dick came over and he helped me get this tongue and groove. This Avantech stuff is tongue and groove. Probably wouldn't use it again. I would have just gone with pressure treated plywood, ground contact plywood. You can see there's the tongue right there, and it's a challenge working with it inside of a trailer. But it's gonna work great. It's 3/4 inch, waterproof, but probably was a different product to use. Here's my trough design. It's pretty cool. That Z channel. You can see the other side right here. I'm reusing this from Tony. There's that Z channel. What I did was I hung it. I left the top of the plywood loose, and I just tucked the bottom of that Z channel in. The Z channel is going to be awesome. It's going to run my 12-volt wiring for the trailer lights. It'll run my 120-volt power. I'm sure I'll have the generator on the tongue of the trailer, and then it will also run my my air compressor lines down here. So right there, there'll be a probably an air hose reel, and then over here will probably be the 120-volt AC reel. So that Z channel right there, it'll go down here. People asked why I did this why are there so many gaps in the wall? When this trailer was built, they had a full sheet at the bottom that was 48 inches, and then they had 30 inches of plywood up top. To me, if I could just somehow subtract 6 inches, then I could get much better value out of my plywood, right? 24 inches, just use a half a sheet of plywood. So you can see down by my boot, I stole 1.5 inches down there, which you'll never see because this will be covered in cardboard, and then I have my angle that will trim that out. And then here, there's 1.5 inch gap. Again, that will be covered by cardboard. The cardboard goes to the carpet goes to 36 inches. And then above here, I found some $25 pieces of plastic sheets I'm going to use. After much investigation, I wasn't going to spend $42 for FRP boards. That's nuts. So then up here, I stole another 4 or 5 inches, and that's for the trough. The other thing that trough does for me, I learned so much taking the trailer apart. The other thing the trough does for me is if the roof does start leaking, I will be able to see it, right? Like this trailer and most enclosed trailers are fully enclosed, right? It's almost like you build a room in your house with drywall, right? Well, you can't see if there's water coming in, and this is a trailer that stays outside, and I mean, you can see the roof flaps, and I don't care if it's Eternabond tape up there or lap seal. It doesn't have a long shelf life. So not being able to see behind your trailer walls, to me, is nuts. So that's my design. I like that trough. Everything, all my wiring will be up there. This trailer was built where the wiring was on the floor. I think I've sent pictures of how badly the wires are tore up. I cannot believe the lights and the trailer brakes work. So doing it this way with the trough will also avoid any damage from wiring that goes under the trailer. That also doesn't make sense to me. Why you want to put it down there, and you run over a piece of wood on the road or something like that, and it just cuts it would cut every light in the trailer and your trailer brakes. I like my design. It's going to be open-ended. Probably one day we'll come back here and put in a ceiling, but for now that's not urgent. And I did put in some temporary E-track. I've got my pit wagon out here, my pit cart. Got the generator. I need that generator to do the welding on the trailer. I cannot run an extension cord from the house. My 240 extension cord's not long enough, and the 120 is just a joke. It won't take that power. And then I temporarily put up some E-track right here. I'm down to about 4 sheets of plywood to cut up and use. So instead of that laying on the floor and sliding all around, I just temporarily put up some of that E-track, and it's pretty cool. This E-track kit, man, I got it, it's $80 on Amazon, and it came with 4 5-foot tracks, 4 5-foot sections of E-track, and then it came with a host of, there's a ratchet strap there, and probably another dozen E-track accessories. So man, that was, for $80, I felt that was pretty good value. So that's there. Yeah, this is one of the first projects that's ever stayed on time for me. I'm quite proud of it. It feels real good to walk on floors you've put down. It smells good in here. I wish y'all could smell on video one day. Probably when I have grandkids, you'll be able to smell videos. But the wood smell is awesome. The mold smell is gone. Yeah, still got a little bit more work to do. You can see where I haven't painted yet. You can see the rust. How these things come from factory without paint on them is ridiculous. Even if they didn't leak, the humidity would rust them. And this rust really isn't that bad. This trailer didn't leak as much down here in the front. You can see everything else is painted. I spent $250 on spray paint. It's that special spray paint from KBS, that rust converter. Case of it is $197, and I also had 3 extra cans that were $48. So there's $250 in spray paint in here. But I needed it. I needed paint that would that was designed for rust, and so I got a little bit. I think I got like 2 cans of paint left, and it'll be just enough to finish that off. So yeah, getting close, and hopefully if I have one more good weekend next weekend, she'll be race ready. I got to build. Our dirt cars are wide, so we can't get a dirt car between the fenders, even though this is a 8.5 foot wide trailer. But so I got to build ramps, so the car will come up, and actually the front tires sit about like right there. So that'll be a little bit of project, a little bit of metal work, but yeah, could be race ready next weekend. Got to put a winch in it. I've got 3 to 5 more D hooks to put in it, and she will be good to go. But this weekend was a big weekend, and man, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to go celebrate and get myself pizza, I think, from El Forno's, and drink some beer.